erasure of Black experiences, of Black presence, takes place at many different stages. And so we could go back to, if we're talking about the process of producing historical narratives, could go back to the archives and the practices of archives, whose stories are taken into archival spaces and collected, right? And then from there, those the materials that are there are then the ones that are used to produce particular narratives. So the archives that we the official archives that we rely on for historical narratives as it relates to Canadian history are colonial narratives. And these are stories that and records that belong to the elite, the upper class, politicians and military. And so there's a history of these spaces not taking in collections as it relates to Black history. And so you have people who have, as a result, or even just to preserve history, we have individuals who have gathered these stories. So we have older people who have clipped newspaper articles, and we have recordings on VHS, for example. So you have individuals who have also archived Black stories. And so here comes the Ontario Black History Society, where we have a group of community members from the Black Canadians who were very concerned about what their children were not learning about, and concerned about, the record keeping of the collective record keeping as it relates to Black history. And so the Ontario Black Historical Society was born out of that. And so that's a real strong mandate of ours, is to preserve and to gather and to collect these stories, whether it's interviews, whether it's through exhibits, through different artifacts, and paper records. This is important work, and this serves as a counter narrative to the dominant narrative that silences and erases Black experiences.